It's a stunning and brave tribute to Boseman Chadwick. No. It's a stunning and brave tribute to Chadman Boswick. No. Stunning and brave tribute to Chadwick Boseman. Stunning and brave tribute to Chadwick Boseman. Stunning and brave tribute to Chadman Boswick. Stunning and brave tribute to Chadwick Boseman. I am Mecca. Is that the right one? You see all the bot responses in the Rotten Tomatoes. It'd probably be better if I spoke into the mic instead of up to it. The Rotten Tomatoes reviews, where they seem just phony baloney, don't they? Well, now, look at what we have here now. Is Wakanda Forever's too woke for Marvel's? Too woke. Well, first off, what is woke? Well, woke is being socially aware and conscious and being, I call it wokier than thou, like a holier than thou, you know, somebody who's out there just trying to prove how not istophobic they really are. You know, they think that, oh, if only we cast a bunch of diversity in our movie, they won't think we're a bunch of istophobes. They won't think we don't like these people or think that they're stereotypes. And that, I say, is falsy, false. Wakanda Forever is not true woke. I say it's completely the opposites. I've been calling it the Marvel Song of the South. It's so offensive. At least it should be to people who are supposed to be socially conscious, who are supposed to be out there trying to be virtuous, to impress a bunch of people they've never heard of and will never meet in real life, sees on the internet. And that is what woke is to me. It is trying to say, look how appreciative and celebratory I am of all these other cultures, to the point where we have people with spears, literal spears, a guy with a plate in his lip like a National Geographic or one of those old Bugs Bunny cartoons you're not allowed to watch because they're istophobic. Remember those? That is what this has turned into. You've got a guy who comes out of the river wet, and you have to dry him off with a dehumidifier, so to speak, because he crossed into Wakanda Forever, with all the R's being rolled half the time and half the not time, illegally. He crossed the border. What are you gonna do? Make the Atlanteans pay for it? They're not Atlanteans, though. They're Mayans. They're Nemorians. Are they the Nemorians? Is this the Nemorian? Oh no! Are these the Bodales again? The literal Bodales. The Numenorians. The Numa people. This is the Numa man. Oh, I'm getting all these confused. As political scientists, we are interested in what the weeks ahead will reveal about how audiences, critics, and fans react to Wakanda Forever. In the meantime, data on audience responses to the first Black Panther film may hold clues about whether Marvel Studios will pay a price for its increasingly diverse storytelling. Oh, we saw that. What was it from The Beast? I think Neon from Clownfish tweeted this thing out. We'll probably put it in post there. They said that now we're finally getting into the female first, female moving forward phase of the MCU thing that they're talking about everywhere. You know, the whammons, the Lady Whammon Marvel stuff. There's even another tweet going around where we have all female versions of everybody, including like Peggy Carter, and now we got Ironheart, and if only we had a female version of Captain Marvel, huh? That would be fun.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
Now, since the whole Black Panther first thing, see, I didn't watch the first one. I didn't review it either. I don't think it's really diverse storytelling. I think they're reducing people to stereotypes, aren't they? I mean, a guy who sounds like that crossing a border, you don't have to be a hood-wearing member of the stupid Klux morons to figure out his name even represents that. You call him, what was it? I don't even want to repeat his name. The YouTube censors will get to me if I repeat it. And before he says, I'm no more, it's the other one.
Stop! Right there!
Since 2008, Marvel Studios have released more than 24 movies and television shows set in a shared fictional reality. Each installment takes into account the events of the others. Reoccurring characters are usually portrayed by the same actors. This serialized storytelling has led to record-breaking commercial success, including 6 of the 20 highest-grossing films of all time. Absolutely. As the MCU popularity has grown, it has come under increasing scrutiny by fans, industry observers, and scholars. As we write in our new edited volume, The Politics of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Stuff magazine, you would think Stuff wouldn't be politics. You'd think it'd be like nail clippers and tweezers and junk drawer stuff. I don't know. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU films and shows are criticized as being formulaic, status quo, affirming, juvenile, not diverse enough, too numerous, and, as Martin Scorsese memorably wrote, not cinema. You refer to them more of like the event, roller coaster ride, amusement park thing, and that's what they should be. They're fun. They're popcorn movies. They're junk food movies. You don't want to eat them all the time, but you want to eat them sometimes. And they're not high art, usually. You usually don't get something that's going to be, for the most part, not every single movie. Not every movie is going to be Infinity War. Right, and I had to censor myself saying that just in case. Will these negative assessments ever catch up with Marvel Studios? The MCU had one of the worst performing films in 2021 with The Eternals, but it had all the diversity and the diversity of the diversity of the diversities.
Incredibly diversity.
Guys, look at the moon.
Diversity.
It just didn't have a story or any plot, or it had too many characters to remember too. You had Salma Hayek. You had was Wong in it? I don't remember. I think Wongers was in it. Madison, the little pixie girl. You had token deaf chick, token black chick, token Asian chick, token black guy who was heavy set, so fat black guy. You had Kumail Nanjiani doing a token Bollywood. Oh wow, this movie was racist too. Wow, The Eternals racist. Kumail Nanjiani doing a Bollywood dance routine. Salma Hayek. What was Salma Hayek doing? Did she sneak across the border too, like the guy in in Black Panther? I wonder. The studio, because that was the message of the movie. Don't you call me it's the foe for pointing it out. That's what I said. Other people have been saying that too. I said in the beginning. One strand of the MCU doomsdaying predicts downturn because of the increasingly diverse MCU storytelling. No, it's because you're telling us how virtuous you are by being a bunch of istophobes. You put all this stuff in, you put gay stuff in there that they have to cut out for other countries. These movies don't get released in other countries. We know Marvel and Disney are full of crap. Like, we're not stupid. The audiences aren't stupid. This is why so many people pirate these things. They sail the high seas for them. White men played every title hero during phase 1 of the franchise. In subsequent phases, however, MCU studios increased the diversity in its stories and production and teams. In the end, well, maybe you're telling us that women can't do very well. I mean, you hired a woman director, a diversity woman director from China or wherever the hell she was from, for the Eternals. Maybe women don't know how to direct. Is that what you're telling me? That you're hiring these people who make these bad movies? So, are you the istophobes, Marvel? Probably.
Guys, look at the moon.
As the franchise became more diverse, right-wing commentators have speculated that audiences are reactively negatively to the MCU's quote-unquote leftist political and moral agenda, often referred to as woke. Well, I call it wokier than thou, because like I said, the wokier than thous are trying to prove that they're more virtuous than everybody else, just like the holier than thous were trying to prove that they were the more virtuous way back in the 90s when they were trying to be offended by everything. And that's exactly what we've been getting now. That's exactly the same mentality. Just to prove, oh gosh, imagine if this had been a thing, if Twitter and the internet had been a thing in the 80s, where everybody was going to be offended by political thing. Oh, half of the stuff that went to Congress would have been canceled on Twitter long before.
Diversity.
Well, the term originates in Black social activism and also used to deride marketing strategies that associate consumer brands with progressive politics. I disagree. I think that these quote-unquote woke marketing tactics are not in fact used for any sort of social political anything. It is specifically for consumer brand marketing strategies. What they want to do is they want to try and shuffle every consumer into a political thing. They tried this, and recently I've been getting a lot of backlash when I was telling people, hey, remember how I'm not like super right? I'm not super right. I'm still not super right. Despite the fact that I do call out this wokier than thou stuff as the marketing tactic. They're trying to shuffle and push people into stereotypes, into categories. If you are a white male between 38 and 37 and whatever, you are going to be a conservative Christian, right-wing, blah, 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 blah. If you are a 22-year-old diversity person of color with multi-gender, blah, 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 then you're going to be this political affiliation and this thing. And they're getting to a point where you can see and tell somebody's affiliation by their hair color. I know, don't let this fool you. This is more punk rock than anything. I don't like the Democrats or the Republicans. I think it's all I think everybody knows that I think it's at this point. And I've just been too afraid to just call it out because I was so afraid to, because of the marketing, because of the algorithm. They're going to shuffle you further and further right the more you talk about this type of stuff. But that's what it is. It is a strategy for them to find the perfect, easiest AI algorithmic way to advertise to you based on what you're outraged by or based on what they think you're supposed to be. Do you like this thing? Then you're this. And they've gotten really good at it. Did you like The Last Jedi? Then you're probably a left-leaning, progressive, younger person. Did you hate it? Then you're a right-wing from this age group and you're this color and you're this, except for when you're not. And we know there's always the people like me who I'm like, well, I'm not this. I'm not of that. And I didn't like this, and they hate that. They hate that when you think for yourselves.
Diversity.
Monday box office suffers deep stutter drop as the Marvel Eternals and the Captain Marvels and all those did the same thing. Drop of 72.8%.
It's amazing.
These movies are just not groundbreaking anymore. They're not very original. They think they're more important than they are. They forgot to be uplifting and inspiring in a lot of them. They're so disjointed. None of these films feel like they're even in the same universe. I mean, if you tell me Wakanda Forever is going to directly connect into the Sam Raimi Doctor Strange, zombie Doctor Strange movie or the Taika Waititi goat screaming comedy, quote unquote, I don't see it. I really, really don't see it. Rotten Tomatoes score dropping, but it's a stunning and brave tribute to Boseman Chadwick. How? How can it be dropping? She asks as she doesn't know. The Rotten Tomatoes score is in. Oh, it doesn't link it to it. It doesn't link me to it. 183 reviews. Here we are. 84. Oh, that's an old one. Well, we'll just look. Rotten Tomatoes. What's it at now? And the moral of the story is, eat flowers and kiss babies, LSD, for you and me. I am Mecca, and it is a stunning and brave tribute to Chadwick Boseman. I will see you guys later. Bye!
Incredibly diversity.
Guys, look at the moon.
Diversity.
Diversity. It's amazing.